In today's video, I'm gonna share with you home decorating ideas for summer for your table. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in today's video we're beginning a new decorating series I'm going to be naming Decorating Ideas for. The premise of it is that I'm going to be doing decorating ideas for the living room, decorating ideas for the dining room, decorating ideas for the bedroom. And so we're gonna take one room at a time and I'm gonna share with you some decorating ideas so you too can have a beautiful home. And I really hope that you are as inspired as I am. In this video, I'm going to share decorating ideas for your table. So we're gonna go out shopping. I'm gonna do a beautiful centerpiece. I'm gonna set the table. I'm going to give you tips and ideas on how you can set a gorgeous tablescape for your summer entertaining, and I'm super excited about this series. I want to start this video by thanking our members and also to let you know that our members only video just went up a few days ago, and I really hope that the members enjoyed it. But I do have to thank Christina Bratu, Candice Antop, Linda Contreras, and David Larson. Yay! Thank you guys so much for becoming a member and enjoying the perks. If you want to become a member, there's going to be a link down below in the description box. Just follow the instructions and you too can enjoy the members only perks immediately. All right, you guys, so to get started with these beautiful decorating ideas for your table, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give you all of the items that you're going to need to create a gorgeous centerpiece. Let's take a look. All right, everyone, so for this beautiful centerpiece DIY, I'm going to use this gorgeous container that is made out of crystal, and I just am so in love with it, and I love using it with fresh flowers, silk flowers in this case, and I'm gonna share with you step by step. Also, I'm gonna use some of this green moss that you know I love from Walmart. I'm gonna use my trusty scissors, some florist tape, and you can find this florist tape at your local Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna use a variety of greeneries like some boxwood. I'm gonna use some eucalyptus, some palm, and then also some monstera that we've been using lately because I'm obsessed with it. I'm gonna use a selection of flowers, and for our filler flowers, we're gonna use some lavender and as well as some lilac. And you guys know also that I use this lilac all the time, so I'll always like to have it in hand because it is my favorite way to give my centerpieces some air. I'm gonna use a selection of ranunculus, garden roses. I'm gonna use some beautiful cabbage roses, and then as well as some other peonies and such. All right, so let me clear the table real quick and I'll be right back to give you step number one. Keep watching. Okay, so now that we know all of the items you're going to be needing to recreate this beautiful centerpiece for summer for our tablescape, I'm gonna take you out shopping on a little shopping trip for inspiration items, so come along. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Today is Wednesday, and if you've been following this channel, you know that this is my favorite day because on Wednesdays, I take the day off. I like to go to my favorite shops, my favorite stores, and of course, my favorite thrift stores and antique stores. So right now, I'm getting ready to head out to the thrift stores, and I'm gonna see if I can find a few items that we can play with, and I'm gonna come back home, show you what we get, and then also I'm gonna share with you how to style them. So let's head out and let's hope that we can find something fun. Okay, so I want to share with you some of the items that I found at my local thrift store today, and we're going to do a little mini haul for these items and how to style them. But check this out, you guys. I found this cute box, and I was shocked to see that all of these items were never used and they were only $4.99. I took them home, we polished them, and I cannot wait to share with you. But look at these salt shakers and pepper shakers. These are the things that give character to your home. We can buy all the new things that you want, but a home really has to have some of these vintage old character because it does have a story to tell. Like these plates, isn't this print just absolutely stunning? I really wish that I had more space for China, but at this point I'm running out of space. But I just fell in love with the brown and the gold. It is just so absolutely stunning. Now I wish I could tell you the same about this particular set, because I did go ahead and buy some of the plates from this set. It was only 4, so I can style them and share with you how you can create a beautiful tablescape with a matching centerpiece. And I'm super excited that we're only $2.99 for the set of 4. Okay, so I am obsessed with those plates, and I think they are the perfect inspiration piece for my tablescape. But I just remember, if I'm not forgetting, that I have a set of napkins in my storage that I'm gonna go look for, because I'm always telling you to go look for the items that you already have, right? Instead of going out shopping. And it is so important to have them at the ready. And I do remember that I have a box or a tub full of napkins. So I'm gonna go look for it and see if we can find it, because they are perfect for this tablescape that we're working on. You guys, I am literally in the middle of my storage unit because I remember I had this tub right here, which is jam-packed of napkins and placemats and things like that. And I am looking for the napkins that I had that had some flowers. Here they are. Look at what I just found that is going to be perfect for this. Isn't this just absolutely gorgeous? It's a Ralph Lauren napkin. Let's take it inside and show you what this all is gonna look like. Okay, here they are in a better light so you guys can see how absolutely perfect this is for those dishes that we just found that we're gonna use on the tablescape. I am obsessed with this Ralph Lauren print. Isn't that beautiful? I just love their prints and the colors they use. I have a set of 8. Thankfully, I bought all of them when I saw them, and I just love it. So let's put all of this together. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, so we have arrived at our next destination, which is going to be Hobby Lobby. And on my way here, I want to take a minute to talk to you about this, because on my way here, I could not stop but to think how grateful I really am to be able to do what I love. And for so many of you to tune in every week, to watch what I'm doing, to leave your comments and to leave your likes and to share the videos. It really baffles my mind that this kid from Tijuana, Mexico could be doing what he loves and sharing it with the world. And I just want to say thank you so much. And I want to say also that I know that I've been put here for a reason and by somebody. So I am very well aware that God has put me here in this position, in this situation. And I just want to make sure that I give him all the glory for all the things that he allows me to do, for all the things that he allows me to say, and all of the work he does through me. When I started my channel, really, I had no idea what I was doing, and I had no idea where God would take me. And so on my drive here, I cannot but to stop but to think how really grateful and thankful I am that he has allowed me to not only inspire you, but teach you, to entertain you, and to hopefully encourage you to do it yourself as well. So I'm gonna go inside of Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna look for a few items that I need, and then we're gonna go home and I'm gonna share all the things that I purchased with you and how to style them. So thank you so much for being here. Let's go inside and let's do some shopping. I am really feeling inspired by the flowers on the dishes that I found, and I want to create a beautiful centerpiece using some of this coral. Look how beautiful this fuchsia ranunculus is, and this peony. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? But I feel inspired to create something on the peach and purple and pink and fuchsia. So we're gonna look for some florals and take some home and create a beautiful centerpiece. Now here is a basket I was telling you guys about they have here at Hobby Lobby. It's not as similar as the one that I have, but it definitely works for that particular floral arrangement for the door, and it is only $13.99. Now also here at Hobby Lobby they have my favorite floral greenery. I'm gonna find it. Let me see if they have it right now, and then I'm gonna share with you. Oh, here it is. This is the palm that I buy all the time, and this guy right here, as you guys can see, comes in this bundle, and it is, of course, the one that I picked doesn't have the price tag, but let me pick another one. Okay, here you go. So they are $13.99 as you guys can see, but right now all of the florals and all of the greeneries are on sale. You get your 50% off, so you get 50% off that. And then also this right here is one of my favorite greeneries to work with. So it's a fern, it's like a Kimberly Queen fern, and it is super full, and I just love the color. Isn't that beautiful? So one of the main reasons that I'm here today is to look for some candles for a tablescape that I'm going to share with you how to put together. So I'm going to head over to the candle aisle and we're going to see if they have any available. Okay, so they do have a great selection of candles, and I usually like this one because it's longer, but they do not have a pink one. They have a coral looking one, but I really want a pink one because it's going to include some pink florals. There are only $169, but they also have the 40% off, so I'm gonna stock up on those and take them home. Okay, so I want to share with you the things that I found at my local thrift store today, and I'm gonna start with this guy right here. You guys saw earlier, and I had to get it because it was under, I think, $6, $7, but it comes with a little tray, which I am like in love with. Isn't this just absolutely cute? We're gonna clean that. Then also comes with a set of salt pepper shakers, and what I like about this is because they've never been used, you guys. They are absolutely clean. They need to be polished. I'm gonna polish them in a second. I'll show you what they look like all put together. And then at Hobby Lobby, I did get 5 of these beautiful candles. As you guys can see, they were on sale for 40% off. And I do have a variety of white, cream, and now I have the pink ones for my tablescapes. Now, also this little container right here was only $2.99, and I love this kind of containers because, let me see if I can do it with one hand without breaking it. I like to grab a little candle from the dollar store or just anywhere, and it really does make the number to make look beautiful. You can put that on a coffee table, you can put it in your kitchen, in your bathroom. It is just a nice way to dress up, and then when you're done, you just close it and your candle will go out all by itself because the oxygen just ran out, and as you guys can see, it's going out right now. And so I got that because I thought it was a good price for $2.99. And then of course the plate, the magnolia plate that I'm obsessed with. And this is going to be like the main source of inspiration for the whole video today. We're gonna make a centerpiece, we're gonna put a tablescape together, and this is the source of inspiration in this plate. Okay, tell me this is not the cutest salt and pepper shaker you've ever seen. It is so cute, and I love the fact it came with this little box. I'm just so happy to have it on the collection. You guys know that I love antiquing and all of the things silver and shiny, and this is just the perfect addition for my collection, and I cannot wait to have people over so they can use them and give them life and create memories with them, which is what antiques are for. What do you guys think? If you've been following the channel for any period of time, you know that shopping is one of my favorite things to do. I love to take you guys along with me in this journey and also to share with you the things that I get. But now that you've seen some of the items that we got while we were out shopping, it is time to get started with this beautiful centerpiece DIY that I really do think that you're going to like, and I really hope that you will learn a few tips and tricks on how to create your very own summer centerpiece DIY for your table. So let's get started with that. Okay, for our first step, what we're going to do is we're gonna get our container prepped and greened. And so what we're going to do is I'm gonna open up some of this moss. You can find this at your local Walmart store, and it is super, super affordable. For this occasion, I need a lot of it because I don't want to be able to see my foam. So what you do is you do a nest like this. Basically just create a nest for your foam. I'm gonna insert this one so that way it raises it up because I have to make sure that I am not seeing that foam on my container. Then on top of that, I'm gonna add this right here, and what that's gonna do is gonna give us some height. So now that you have your green moss, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my florist tape, and this florist tape is a see-through florist tape, and you can find this, like I said, at any craft store. Hobby Lobby has them. That's where I got mine. And what I like about this tape is because it's water resistant. So if you're using fresh flowers for your floral arrangement, your tape is going to stick and is going to stay in place. It is super tacky, and I just love this tape. A tip right here, once you're done, just go ahead and fold the tip. That way you don't lose your tip of your tape. You're not looking for it. If that's ever happened to you, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so now that we have our foam like this, as you guys can see, it will hold the weight if I lift it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna clear real quick, and I'm gonna bring my greeneries to share with you the next step. Okay, so for our next step, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna green my foam, and in order to do that, I'm gonna separate all of my greeneries by kind. So I'm gonna put my monstera, my palm, all of my eucalyptus, and my boxwood all separate because I like to insert one particular greenery at a time. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know that what happens on the left happens on the right. So basically, I'm gonna add those two right here, and then what goes up must come down. So I'm gonna start adding up on the top right here. I'm gonna swirl this around, and that's why Lazy Susan really does come in handy, because it allows you to balance your container. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna do a monstera over on this side. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a twist so it has a little bit more texture. I'm gonna spin my container around, and then I'm going to add one right here, and then one on this side over on this foam. So like that, and as you guys can see, it's shaping up, it's taking shape. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add some of this boxwood. I'm gonna start adding some to the top. So I'm gonna add two to the top, then I'm gonna spin around, and I'm gonna come to the corners on the bottom, and I'm gonna fill in this right here. Then immediately I'm going to swap to the other side, and I'm going to add the other one right here. And so now I'm going to repeat what I just did with this boxwood. I'm going to repeat now with my eucalyptus. I'm gonna spin around, so I'm gonna add two to the top, and then I'm going to do the opposite corners of the boxwood. So I have the boxwoods right here, so now I'm gonna do the other two corners, and that's why it's so important to work in even numbers, 2, 4, 6 when you're greening, and uneven numbers when you're doing florals. So this is what our greenery looks like so far. I'm gonna bring out all of my flowers, and I'll give you the next step. Okay, so now that I have all of my florals right here, I'm gonna start with the bigger blooms, and I have all of these bigger flowers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select by pairs. So I'm gonna have two of these, two of these, two of these, and one of these. So I'm gonna start with this bigger bloom, which is going to be this cabbage rose. And I'm gonna put one, remember what happens on the left happens on the right, so I'm going to go immediately over to this side. And I just love the sound of foam being poked with these florals, because it means something beautiful is happening. Look at that. So now I'm going to go over to the opposite side like this, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these little roses with a longer stem to kind of elongate the shape of my floral. So one, what happens on the right, immediately we're going to go to the left right here. And so this is what the big florals look like. I always like to add the bigger florals first. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the smaller flowers, and for that I'm going to use some of these beautiful garden roses and ranunculus. And I'm just going to start by grabbing one and putting right here on the top. And then immediately I'm going to go down. Remember, what goes up must come down. So this one right here kind of gives me a point where to start. So I started right here, and then I'm going to go down. And see how this forms the triangle I'm always telling you guys about. And so that's what you want to do with the whole floral arrangement. So now I'm gonna create another triangle by adding this guy right here. So this just created another triangle with the one on the top. And this is going to be our last triangle right here. As you guys can see, creates that triangle. So if you keep that in mind, you're always going to have a beautifully balanced arrangement. So now I'm gonna add a few of these ranunculus to the top to kind of give it a little bit more height, and just making sure that goes all the way down like this. And I'm gonna put another one right here. See, and those just kind of bring the flowers up a little bit more. I'm gonna add this last one over on this side. And this guy, let's see, I think it fell off, but it's going to go on this side right here. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it over on this side. I feel like it needs more curvature right there. All right, so far so good, but this is when it's really going to take shape, and we're going to do our flyaways. If you've been following the channel, you know that I always like to do a floral like this. It has a little bit more air and movement, and leave that at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab one right here. I'm gonna poke down a little bit, and remember to always do two, kind of like this, so that we can start doing the triangles going down. So I'm gonna grab all my florals, and so now I'm gonna remember what goes up must come down. So I'm gonna add this guy right here. I'm gonna spin it around a little bit, and then what goes up must come down, and this is what's shaping our triangles for our florals, and that's what's going to give us all of the balance that we need. So I'm gonna add this guy right here. And what goes up, we already put the first up, so now we need to go down all the way down on every single one, going around the centerpiece, and it's starting to take shape. Don't be afraid, you guys, to create your own beautiful centerpieces for your home, for your baby showers, for your weddings. If you have any family members, just offer up to do the one that does the flowers, and just practice, practice, practice. That's what makes, I don't say perfection, because perfection doesn't exist, but practice makes progress. All right, so then to finish it, I'm gonna add this beautiful lavender. And I don't know if you can hear those birds chirping, but they're just making my day. I think they are here to stay for a while, and that makes me so happy. All right, so now with this particular one, that's what's gonna give us also some filler. And for that, I'm gonna use the lavender, and I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna add one to the top, and so now I'm gonna start going around like this, adding some texture to my arrangement, just basically filling in. This is a filler, so you're gonna spin around and see where do you need some filler items, and you're gonna poke your flower in. So that's what this looks like. I'm going to grab my moss, and I'm going to kind of look for places like this right here, and I'm gonna grab a clump of moss and insert it. But this is ready, so I'm gonna take it inside and share with you how to create a beautiful tablescape. So keep watching. Well, our centerpiece is done, and now I'm gonna take you into our dining room, and I'm gonna share with you how to set the perfect table. Let's take a look. All right, so the very first thing I like to do when I set a table is give my table a quick wipe, so that way it's shiny and it's fresh. Once we've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put my placemat down, and you guys know that I love these rattan placemats that I got at a store called Nail Hills. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna introduce a bone china plate with a gold rim, and then I'm going to use my magnolia plate that I just love the print of the magnolia. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so beautiful. And I cannot believe that I found them at a local thrift store. I'm just so in love with them. Okay, so then what I like to do is I'm going to bring a salt cellar, which has another type of flower, which is going to pick up from our arrangement. And for my glassware, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring this beautiful lavender, and then also this beautiful pink right here. And that's going to really pull the colors from our centerpiece. Then for my napkin, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my Ralph Lauren napkin, and I'm gonna put it on my right-hand side. That's gonna also pull from the flowers right here. And for my flatware, I selected this beautiful flatware that is made in the gold, and that's gonna pull from the rim, and it's just gonna make it more beautiful. So I'm gonna put my spoon and my knife on my right, like the word right, and then my fork on the left, like the word fork. That is a way to remember where the knives go. Fork has 4 letters, so that's the word left, and then spoon and knife have 5 letters, so that's the word right, and that's how they're placed. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna grab our centerpiece that is all the way over here, and I'm gonna place my centerpiece right here. I'm gonna finish the rest of the table, and I'll be right back to share with you, so stay tuned. All right, so now that I have all of my tapers here and I have given them a good clean, they're made out of crystal, and I just had them in store. I haven't used them since Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my moss, and you guys know that I like to have a little bit of a separation between the actual candle holder and then also the taper, and then I like to make it look wild like this because it really gives it that more organic look and like a little bit less formal, and I just think that it brings so much character to my table. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna stick them like this. Let's do one more because I love the way this looks. And I have 5 here, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do 3 on one side and 2 on the other, continuing with the 3 2s and 1 set. So let me finish this, and I will give you a full look of our tablescape all set up, and I really hope you like it. Okay, before we show you the end result, the table all set up, I really want to take a second to thank you one more time for tuning in this Sunday, to remind you that there is a brand new video every Sunday here on my YouTube channel, and I really hope that you are learning and getting inspired from these decorating ideas. I cannot wait to share more on this home decorating ideas 4 series, but now I'm going to share with you the end result of a beautiful summer tablescape with a gorgeous centerpiece. I think you're gonna like it. Okay, everybody, so here is our table all decked out. Isn't this just absolutely gorgeous? And I just want to go through some of the details, and I want to start by mentioning the candles. Aren't those just absolutely beautiful? They are from Hobby Lobby, as you guys saw in the video, and I love the way they go with the floral arrangement and of course with the plates. I love the way this floral arrangement turned out. It is something super easy to make that I promise you, you can do it too. Just give it a try, get yourself some florals and practice. And if I can do it, let me tell you, so can you. Let's talk for a second about the source of inspiration for the whole tablescape, which is this magnolia print dish that was found at a local thrift store. And isn't that just absolutely stunning? I love the gold rim on it. I love the way they place so well with the napkin and with the knife and the spoon. It just pulls the gold and the floral from it all the way to the arrangement. Now I also want to bring out the fact that the stemware matches perfectly to the floral arrangement with the lavender tones and the pink and the just the absolutely beauty of the arrangement and the plate. And I want to bring out also this little dish right here. It's a butter dish and it has another rose pattern to it. So it just plays with the floral theme of this particular centerpiece. And let's talk about the candles again. I just love the way they look. They are so beautiful and it just wells with everything else, you guys. I love the way this looks. It's super elegant, a little bit feminine. It is perfect for when my mom and my grandma come for dinner, and I cannot wait for them to see it. Be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what is your favorite thing about this whole process. And if this is something that you like to do around the house for your family and friends, I cannot wait to hear from you. So be sure to leave me a comment down below.